Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today for another Pick a Card video. For those of you guys who are new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa, and for today's video, we are going to be digging into your February 2021 career reading. So, this video is not one that I typically upload. I usually just do a general and then a love life predictive reading, but last month, the career reading did so well that I figured we would go ahead and do one again for this month. So I hope you guys enjoy. So in today's reading, you guys, we're just going to kind of get a check-in and see sort of like what's headed your way in terms of career. What are the events, energies, people of significance that you're going to want to be on the lookout for as you guys are navigating career and finances through the month of February. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, you guys, so there may be some messages in today's video that resonate with you super specifically, while others do not. So just take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. Trust your intuition. You guys know your situation, so you're going to know if a message is for you or if it's really meant for someone else, okay? Also, disclaimer, you guys, this is not your destiny. I always have to say that. You have free will. So this reading is really just showing us kind of a snapshot of energy of where you're headed based off of where you're at today, okay? So if you see something that's kind of predicted out for you in this reading, you're not loving what you see, all you have to do is switch up your actions, switch up your energy, switch up your mindset, and you will create something totally different for yourself. So you have free will. Please don't feel tied to whatever you're seeing in this reading, unless of course you love it, then receive it. All right. So let's go ahead and get into our card selection. So I want you guys to choose one of our 4 piles that we have here for today's reading. We have pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take a deep breath. Think about your career. Think about what's coming through this month in the month of February. And when you guys are feeling ready, go ahead and choose the card or crystal that you are feeling the most intuitively guided to. I will have your timestamps linked below in the description box so that you can fast forward to your reading. Hey there, pile number 1. So if you guys chose the citrine, let's go ahead and see what is coming in for you guys in the month of February for your career. So as I always do, I'm going to start off with your tarot cards. So we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. We have the High Priestess. We have the Devil. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. Pile 1. What is happening for your career? So right off the bat, you guys, I do feel that you are starting off the month in your career in a space of feeling maybe a little bit emotionally out of whack in some sense. So for some of you guys, the way I'm seeing this reversal is like maybe you're feeling a little bit emotional as it pertains to your career, or maybe for some of you guys, you're feeling almost like emotionally detached from your career. In fact, I do kind of feel like for a lot of you guys, it is that message of detachment in a sense, because right next to it, we have the High Priestess energy, which talks about us sort of like instead of us participating in something and like being, giving answers and engaging, it's almost like we're leaning back and kind of holding ourselves back from speaking what we want to say or doing what we want to do because we're in a space of kind of gathering information first, okay? You guys are in a really powerful space in your career in February is really what I'm seeing because of this High Priestess. You guys have a lot of knowledge within you. I feel like you guys are gathering a lot of knowledge as it pertains to something. You're listening to your intuition because your third eye, I'm really being drawn to the third eye here, being open on this High Priestess. So I feel like a lot of you guys are maybe realizing that there's something about your career this month that may not be totally right for you. And so that's why you're kind of in this space of detachment and just kind of seeing things for what they are, if that makes sense, as you're navigating through this month, okay? We do have the energy of the Devil here as well. So you guys have 2 major arcana cards, so more major, bigger energies you're working with this month. The Devil talks about us being like attached to something, and it's usually something that we're just kind of like, maybe we feel obligated to it. When I think of this in terms of career, I think of this as is being like in a space of obligation to do something. You're obligated to fulfill a contract, obligated to be at this place, obligated to fulfill specific duties, but they don't necessarily bring you a lot of fulfillment. And maybe a lot of you guys don't really see potential for growth where you're at in the future, right? So that's kind of the vibe that I'm picking up on here. If you look at the two figures here in this card, they just look like they're there, they're attached to their boss, they're super bored, and they're just like over it, but it's like they're there. So maybe you guys are like leaning on coworkers this month to kind of get you through this energy. Maybe this is like a boss that's very overbearing that you feel just like annoyed with, or like maybe this boss creates kind of a toxic work environment, or there's somebody in your work environment that makes it toxic for some of you. And this is why we have this feeling of detachment and kind of seeing. I also kind of feel like you guys could be on the lookout for a new opportunity or a new job of some sort as well for some reason, because this is very much an energy of like, ugh, I'm here. I don't really want to be here. I'm obligated. I don't like the environment. So let me detach. And now let me see what else is going on. Maybe outside of this, let me gather my information. Let me use my knowledge to sort of see things very clearly. I don't know, like I just keep getting the impression you guys might be on the lookout for something new. We also have the Ace of Pentacles being reversed. So again, this just tells me that because of this devil energy, because of this energy of just feeling stuck or feeling like obligated, not really feeling like you're on the highest vibe with this work, with this job that you're doing, I'm definitely seeing this as being like, you know, you guys just kind of being of the opinion that there's not a lot of effort that needs to be put into this right now. Again, you're coming into the month very detached from it, right? So it's almost like this feeling of, you know, I'm here, I'm going to fulfill my obligations, but I'm not going to put a ton of effort into like watering this seed because it doesn't feel truly in alignment here. Okay, so those are just kind of the initial energies I'm picking up on. Let's see what else comes through. So we have the disseminating moon. This says time to breathe out. Let's scooch this over a little bit. All right. And then we have the new moon in Gemini. Communication is key. Both really positive cards, you guys. So with the disseminating moon, this just talks about you guys being in a space of needing to kind of like take a break from something. A mental break, an emotional break. And I feel like this makes a lot of sense with you coming into this month and that Queen of Cups reversed, kind of like that emotional detachment, but still keeping your eye out and being very aware from a third eye perspective. It's almost like you guys are like, instead of getting caught up in like the toxicity of what's going on with your work or the low vibes of what's going on with your work, it's almost like you guys are challenging yourselves to raise your vibration and see things from a higher perspective. So I don't really see you guys as much as like engaging in what's going on as just, again, leaning back and seeing it through your third eye, seeing it from a higher perspective. And that's why you're kind of moving in silence is what I'm getting here. Now, the positive thing here is that toward the ending of the month, we have the new moon in Gemini. This says communication is key. So new moons really speak to new beginnings, which is really, really great in this situation, pile one, because I'm definitely getting a vibe that maybe a lot of you guys viewing this are wanting some sort of a new beginning. So this definitely has to do with some sort of shift in communication, curiosity, wanting to understand in a new way from a new perspective. So for some of you guys, this could be about you opening up communication with the people you need to communicate with at work to make this environment a little bit better. I also kind of get a vibe that maybe some of you guys are exploring other options and maybe interviewing, because when I think of going on a job interview, I think of like communicating or networking or connecting with other people. So you guys are definitely creating something new for yourself at the ending of this month through the art of communication, through kind of putting feelers out there. Gemini is also a very curious sign. So this is very much about like wanting to like explore our options, wanting to find things out, wanting to find the truth, really wanting to get to the bottom of things. Again, we have our third eye open, right? So again, new fresh energy coming in for you guys for career more toward the ending of the month. And I do feel this is about you guys kind of putting yourself out there and trying to like connect with new people, places, or just starting a new approach with communication in your current workplace, okay? Ooh, okay, so we have Neptune here and Saturn. Very interesting cards. Okay, this is off center. Sorry, you guys. You know I'm OCD about these cards. All right, you guys. So Neptune, this speaks to emotions. This is water energy. Neptune sometimes has to do with us maybe like being in a space of maybe like not seeing things through the most realistic of lenses. Like Neptune rules the media. So I don't know how you guys feel about media, but you know, sometimes when people watch the news or watch the media, it's like they are almost like hypnotized by what is being put out there. And that's like the way that they see the world sometimes, but really that's not actually how the world is. Okay, does that make sense? So I say all this to say, with this Neptune energy coming up for you guys in career, I do feel like there is a need for you to take a very realistic look at your workplace, taking a very grounded and realistic look at what is actually going on. Maybe you guys have idealized this place of work for a really long time, and that can happen, you know, because even going to this devil energy, like sometimes this can look really beautiful. Sometimes a job can come with like a lot of perks. It can come with a lot of things that you really enjoy. It can come with comfort and stability and things like that. But it might not actually be the most in alignment with your spirit. Like when you really take a look at it from that higher perspective, it's almost like, you know, yeah, you might have all these things that are kind of keeping you sucked in, but what is the reality of this job? What is the reality of like the growth potential? What is the reality of the actual work you're doing? Is it really in alignment with you from a spiritual perspective, from that higher perspective, from your soul, right? So I definitely think with the Neptune energy, you guys are kind of beginning to try to take a more realistic look at what's actually going on. And I'm definitely seeing that here with that High Priestess energy as well. So just something to take note of. And then with Saturn over here, Saturn talks about like, it's like, it can be like a very restricting energy, which again, I'm seeing that here with the devil. It's like this feeling of like you have responsibilities, you have things you have to do, there's challenges that you're working through right now. But all of this has to do with you guys going through these challenges in order to be able to learn and kind of level yourselves up to be better for the next cycle that you're going to be entering with the new moon in Gemini, okay? So one more card for you, pile one. Let's see what we get. And we have the message of beauty. It says, I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within to shine. I just keep being really drawn back to this High Priestess energy, you guys. And she's holding this like shiny, like planet or something in her hands. Her third eye is shining. And so I think that what you guys are learning this month is that it's very important for you when it comes to career, for you to be able to feel like you are authentically able to be authentic in the work that you're doing, right? Like this is not, you guys are not wanting to just be in a space where you feel like you have to be there, or be in a space that's like giving you maybe unnecessary challenges, or being in a space where you know there's no growth potential, but you're just like kind of remaining in the situation because it's comfortable, right? Like this is about you guys getting in touch with you and what's going on with you on the inside. And I think really kind of starting to see a bit more clearly the reality of your current situation with work. You guys are really wanting to be in a place where you can be authentic and that your true authentic self can shine through. And I also think for some of you, there could be something here around like recognition too. Like when I think of beauty, I think of like wanting to stand out, or, you know, wanting to be recognized for maybe like a tangible effort that we have put in. You guys also have the number 4, which talks about building structures, and it talks about, you know, building a foundation for yourself. So maybe you guys have put a lot of work into this job and you're realizing this month that you're not really getting the return on investment. You're not getting the recognition that you feel you deserve for it. You're not necessarily standing out at this place of work in the way that you would want. Okay? And so this is something that's going to be very important to you, and you guys have it within you. So it's just about how you guys start this new beginning that you're wanting. And I feel for a lot of you guys, this is really about you guys sort of closing out. You know, Saturn is also like a karma. He's like karmic sometimes, right? Like, so it's almost like you guys are starting to close the door on whatever your current thing is that you're doing, and you're starting to now pursue new options through networking, communicating, maybe going on an interview or something like that. So I do think it's very positive, pile one. You guys have a lot of, you know, interesting energy that you guys are working through, but the positive thing is that it doesn't feel like you guys are too like emotionally invested in this anymore. Feels like you're in a good space of being detached and seeing it from a higher perspective and knowing that it's time to like move into something new, okay? So pile one, please let me know how this resonated with you. I really love doing this reading. I hope you found it helpful. Drop me a comment down below and let me know which messages resonate with your work situation. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye. Hey there, group number 2. So if you guys chose the Pyrite cluster, let's go ahead and see what is coming in for you guys for your career in the month of February this month. Sorry, you guys, you know I hate when things are not straightened. Okay, so we have the Star, Queen of Rockets, which is the Queen of Wands reversed, Four of Planets, which is the Four of Pentacles reversed, and then we have the 10 of Rockets, which is the 10 of Wands. Very interesting, pile 2. So what is happening for you guys for career this month? So, pile 2. I'm definitely getting the impression that you guys, like, what's really catching my eye here is this energy of the Star. So the Star is kind of where you guys are kicking off your month, and I see this as being a very positive space that you may anchor yourselves back to as you navigate through some of the things that I'm seeing coming through for your career, the remaining parts of the month. So the Star energy, this is very much about like being inspired or being in a place of almost like being in the spotlight. I can kind of see that for some of you guys just because of the way that this woman in the Star is like, she's dressed up. She almost looks like a rock star or something like that, like a pop star, something like that. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're starting off the month of February in career just kind of in a space of like healing, rejuvenation, really focusing on yourself and really focusing on taking care of you and doing what feels inspirational to you. It is a very healing energy that you guys are in. It's a very dreamy energy that you guys are in. And I do see that you guys are kind of in this energy because there are some challenges coming your way, or maybe there's been challenges you've been experiencing in career before coming into February. But we have the Queen of Rockets, which is the Queen of Wands reversed right next to this. And for me, this is all about kind of having a lack of confidence. You're not as confident in yourself as maybe you once were. Maybe you guys have been kind of like knocked off of your horse, so to speak. And something's happened in career where you're just not feeling like you have the courage or the confidence or the leadership to kind of step up to duties. Maybe some of you guys are just feeling really tired too, because this Queen of Wands, even though the Queen of Wands is like a very confident leader and a very feisty energy, this Queen of Wands is like chilling. You know, it's like very chill vibes. She's just like relaxed, almost looking kind of bored in her chair, just watching the rockets go by. This could have to do with like a leader or supervisor that's just not really providing support and leadership to you, and that's kind of causing a little bit of frustration or causing you guys to feel overworked. But I do also think this could just be an energy within you guys of feeling maybe bored with work, or just feeling like not that inspired by it, or just not in a space where you're like, you know, that interested in what's going on, or just lacking the confidence to kind of drive forward into something. And so where I see this leading to is we have the Four of Planets, which is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And this is definitely an energy of like kind of letting stuff go. So that can be good or bad depending on how you guys look at it. But intuitively here, because it's right next to this 10 of Rockets, you know, the 10 of Rockets talks about having like hard work to do. It's about like, you know, having a lot of burdens. And if you look here, there's a lot of action happening here. But if you look here, you can see that this one rocket is trying to pull these giant crystals up into the sky, and they're heavy. So it's almost like you guys are in a space of like trying to like not let certain things get to you at work, or feeling disengaged, or just kind of like maybe dropping the ball, honestly, on something. And so by the end of the month, it's like, oh crap, I have a lot of work to do now. Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe some of you guys are even starting off your month like not working. Maybe you're on a vacation or just doing something that you love that's great for you. And then when you're coming back in, you're starting to see like, oh my gosh, my boss is out of control. I dropped the ball on this. So-and-so dropped the ball on that. Now I have a lot of work to do. So it definitely is feeling like a month where you guys maybe don't feel as focused on work, or maybe having trouble managing everything at work. I'm getting that vibe too, because in this Four of Pentacles, this person is holding a lot of balls, or a lot of planets, sorry. You know, they're balancing that planet on their head. They're holding one in their arm. They have the planets at their feet, right? So with it being reversed, there could be a lack of balance here. Some of you guys might be spending or overspending money too in the month of February, because the Four of Pentacles also talks about like sometimes spending money or not saving as much money as we thought we need or as we should be doing, or whatever the case is. So that could be something of significance as well. So let's see what else comes through. So we have the super moon. Emotions are running high. Okay. And then we have the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. So big, powerful energy is coming through for you guys for your career this month. Lots of big moon energy here for you. So let's first talk about this super moon. So the super moon is when the moon is like super, super close to the earth. Okay. And it's like, looks gigantic. And so what this is telling me, you guys, is that, you know, your career this month is going to be surrounded by a lot of emotion. It's a lot of maybe chaotic energy going on around you. Maybe you guys are specifically kind of trying to manage your own emotions, or something at work, something with your job is reaching a big peak point, like a big climactic point here. And so when that happens, sometimes emotions are running high. There could be a lot of chaotic energy going around. Things can be tough to balance and manage for sure. I do see that this is probably why you're in this star energy at the beginning, where it's like, okay, like I have to focus on me. What can I do maybe even outside of work that's helping me feel like rejuvenated, restored, healed, like I'm taking care of myself, right? And toward the ending of the month here, we have the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. So again, really powerful, really major energy, not always the smoothest sailing when we have the full moon eclipse or the super moon, to be honest. So something is closing out when it comes to your job pile too. That's like the biggest theme that I'm getting here, is that something big is coming to a close as it pertains to your career, and it's powerful. It's going to propel you into some powerful changes. And maybe any answers that you've been wanting to get, you'll finally have the answers to your questions toward the ending of the month here. So we have the Uranus energy, okay? And then we also have Capricorn energy. So Capricorn also speaks of really hard work, you guys. Think of like rules, regulations, doing things by the book. Capricorn is a really, really, really hard working energy. So I'm definitely seeing that coming through for you guys, especially toward the ending of the month with that 10 of rockets. There's a lot of work to be done, and you guys are definitely doing it. And one thing about Capricorn is that even though it's like celebrated, I feel in our society to be like this hard worker, you know, like getting things done, not taking days off, things like that. That's kind of like the downside of a Capricornian energy, where it's like maybe we're not spending as much time. It's almost like we're just pushing through because we know that that's what we're supposed to do, but we're not pushing through because it's something that we actually feel really inspired to do. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So you guys are definitely putting in a lot of hard work and effort into something in your workplace this month. With Uranus here, this is interesting. I do feel, just like kind of intuitively reading this card, it does almost feel like something unexpected could be coming through for you guys. I know that Uranus, as it pertains to the tarot, I have a book that I was reading that said that it pertains to the energy of the Tower, which would make a lot of sense with the emotions running high. And I do feel, because this looks like such a swift, like fast moving energy here, it's almost like I'm feeling something unexpected is happening for you guys this month with your career, perhaps, that could throw you off balance or cause things to be really emotional. I also think of, with Uranus, I think of things like technology. I think of just like weird stuff. I don't know, you guys, bear with me. I'm still learning astrology, but like, I don't know why. I just get like a really weird energy from that card. Let's look in the book really quick too. This is a really like shortened description here. Let's see what we have. So Uranus, associated with the primal Greek sky god of the same name, Uranus brings up some powerful human needs, such as the desire for freedom and individuality, as well as to push toward a larger vision and humanitarian service. Big thoughts, big insights, and big changes are represented by Uranus. So definitely that Tower energy I was picking up on of like big, fast changes. I definitely see that for you guys. And what's interesting too is that in the book, this talks about like wanting freedom, individuality. I definitely see that here with that star energy. Like this is a very standout energy out of all of the tarot cards that you guys had. And when it talks about like a larger vision, humanitarian service, like The star card is actually ruled by Aquarius, and Aquarius also has to do with that type of energy as well, like that revolutionary, humanitarian, what's right for the collective, what's right for everybody, not just what's right for me kind of vibes. So I almost feel like you guys are more inspired to do something like that than maybe what it is that you're doing, or this is like where you've nailed your inspiration at the beginning of the month, and you guys are just kind of having challenges on like getting there toward the end, okay? So take what resonates for you. But I feel like for the majority of you, this is almost about like you're in a job that you don't love, and like this energy is something extra going on outside. So your final card, pile 2 for career this month, is the letting go. This says, allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I shall never feel again. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because again, like I was saying, you guys have 2 full moons here. And so 2 major cycles are closing out for you guys. Or not 2 major cycles, but something big is closing out for you guys this month as it pertains to your career. And so you guys are just being advised to like let go of anything that's no longer serving you. Let go of any energy that's not serving you. Let go of any job that's no longer serving you. You guys do have the 4 of Pentacles reversed here, which is about letting go as well. So maybe you guys have been like holding a lot inside, and this month you're like, screw this. I'm not doing that anymore. And letting go can lead you guys to better things. You know what I mean? So you guys are going to let me know what's going on. I feel like I got weird with that Uranus card, pile 2. Let me know what's happening in your career and which pieces of this resonated with your situation. I'm definitely curious to hear from you. It definitely seems like you guys are moving through some big changes, but I keep going back to that star. Like I feel like there's a bright spot here. This is like a bright spot in your month at the beginning here, pile 2. So let me know what you guys are working on. Let me know what you're healing from. If you're healing from something at work, I'm definitely curious. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey there, group number 3. So if you guys chose this little clear quartz, sacred geometry crystal, let's go ahead and see what is headed your way for career this month. So I'm going to start with your tarot cards. So we have the 5 of lasers, which is the 5 of swords in reverse. We have the 9 of rockets, which is the 9 of wands. The 6 of planets reversed, which is the 6 of pentacles. And the 2 of cups reversed. 2 of comets in this deck, okay. Pile 3, what is happening in your job? Goodness gracious. So I definitely am getting a sense, you guys, that there is something in your career this month that's going to be feeling really out of balance here. You guys already know, if you're familiar with my channel, I like to just be honest with what I see. So if you guys are wanting like me to sugarcoat it, I would just click off the video now with all due respect. But what I'm seeing here is that there is something out of harmony, and there are going to be some challenges for your job this month, pile 3, but I definitely think that there is something positive that's going to come out of this. So just stick with it for a second. So I definitely see at the beginning of this month with this 5 of lasers reversed, you guys are kind of deciding to walk away from a battle or walk away from some sort of like a toxic situation going on at work. So whether you guys are like in conflict with colleagues or coworkers, or even just in conflict with yourself mentally, like overthinking things, you know, self-defeating thoughts, telling yourself that you can't really do something that you actually could, you know, letting that stuff kind of get in your head. You guys are letting that go, which is great. It's like you're walking away from this battle, quote unquote, that no one was ever going to win anyway. And I do see here that because of that battle, you guys are going to be feeling a little bit tired and gassed out and overworked as you move toward, you know, through the month of February, because the 9 of rockets or the 9 of wands has to do with us feeling just like, okay, like I've been through a lot, like I've been working really hard, I'm exhausted, like when is this going to come to an end kind of energy. And here I just have like my eye on how her face is just like flat down on the desk and it says disqualified. It's almost like a video game or something going on. So it's like whatever game, quote unquote, you guys have been playing at work it's something that feels like it's going to almost like leave you feeling just really like almost completely over it, if I'm going to be really honest. It's almost like there's something you guys were fighting for that you didn't win, or something you were fighting for that you lost is kind of what's coming to mind here. But we are moving through toward the ending of the month here with the 6 of Pentacles reversed and the 2 of Cups also reversed. So again, like, I think that there is something that's a little bit out of balance with whatever this overall situation is with your job, because six of planets or 6 of Pentacles in the reverse talks about like a lack of generosity or lack of reciprocation, or someone coming to you and offering you something out of like obligation, or maybe this is your energy, but you're doing something out of obligation, or they're doing something out of obligation because maybe you did a lot for them. You know what I mean? But it's not really genuine. It's not really sincere. It's not really fair and balanced energy. And with the 2 of Cups reversed here, the 2 of Comets, this could have to do with like a conflict with someone. So like this could be having to do with like a business partnership that you guys were in, or some sort of a colleague at work. This could just have to do with the place you're working at in general, just being out of balance, out of harmony, not getting what you need from this place, from an emotional standpoint as well as from a financial standpoint, okay? Just feeling really overworked is the theme that I'm getting here. So we have the full moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast. Maybe some of you guys are Libra energies. And we also have the new moon in Taurus. Prosperity lies ahead. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's always a silver lining in these situations, pile 3. So we do have a full moon here at the beginning of the month. So what this is telling me, you guys, is with full moons, this has to do with something closing out. This has to do with something coming to a peak energy and then starting to close out this chapter. We're closing out a chapter. We're closing out a cycle. And Libra, it's funny, we have all of these cards about like a lack of balance and a lack of harmony. And Libra is about kind of balancing the scales, right? This is the card of like, you know, I think of karma. I think of the Justice card in the tarot. Like, what's going to be fair and balanced for everyone, right? And so what I see here is that any wrongs that have been done to you will be righted. Any wrongs that have been done to other people will also be righted, if that makes sense. So whatever's going on in the situation, there is this element of balance that is going to come into play as it plays out, okay? So the way that I would look at this, pile 3, is like, if you wanted something really bad and you worked really hard for it and you didn't get it, the mindset that you guys are going to want to take is that it was for the best. Like, whatever happened was supposed to happen. A win-win outcome is forecast. It's like, I didn't get it. That sucks. But in the long run, there's a reason why I didn't get this, because it probably wasn't what was right for everybody that was involved in the situation. Does that make sense? But at the ending of the month here, we do have the new moon in Taurus, which talks about prosperity lies ahead. And so we have a new beginning here now, which is great. So new moon, new beginning, fresh new energy you guys are moving into for your career toward the ending of the month here. And what I love about Taurus is that this is about you guys going on a journey of knowing your value, knowing your self-worth, and really building and putting in the hard work towards something that is going to make you feel stable and secure. When I think of Taurus, I think of not only like physical things and being physically secure, but also like there's a feeling of this like emotional comfort that comes with a Taurus energy as well. So keep those things in mind. And it does feel like even though you have some rocky energy you guys are moving through with work, toward the end of the month, you're starting off on this new path, which is going to bring you a lot of prosperity and abundance. Ooh, so we have the Earth energy. Love it. Even better, we have Jupiter. Awesome. Okay, you guys. So Earth energy just has to do with being grounded. And also the vibe I'm getting from this is things moving slow, okay? Earth is a slow moving energy. And the reason for that is because Earth has to do with building things in the physical. It takes time, it takes patience. Things may not necessarily happen overnight, okay? So there is this element of grounding that is coming into play for you guys this month, of making sure that you're staying in check with the reality of the situation, making sure that you are putting in the effort and energy that is needed to get whatever result it is that you want. And Jupiter is here. Jupiter is great because this has to do with like expansiveness. This has to do with abundance. This has to do with like good luck and rewards and like abundant energy being like yours for the taking, right? So I think what this is guiding you guys to do is to tap into your patience, tap into that Earth energy, tap into yourself and ask, like, what am I actually giving into this situation to deserve this outcome? Like, what are the efforts I'm putting in? What about the partnerships in my life? Are they benefiting me? Are they adding to my success at this place of work or whatever project it is I'm doing? I think that could be the message here for you guys. Because there's a lot of like mental energy, a lot of like verbal, battle type of energy here at the beginning of the month, and wands energy, but then our cards about harmony and balance and grounding are in reverse, okay? So there is abundance here for you guys. It's just about like how you guys are putting in the effort and what you're doing, what steps you're practically taking to get there. And final card is the card of victory. This is great, you guys. This says, I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. I love this. So even though you guys may feel like you're hitting a few hurdles or obstacles here, this is all meant to teach you a lesson, and you are going to come out on top. And maybe you guys, like, just keeping it real, like maybe this breakdown of a partnership or this breakdown of whatever it is that you were in, this is probably what's leading you into that new abundant energy, that's leading you into that new beginning. In order for us to start something new, we got to close the old stuff out, right? So even though it might feel exhausting in the moment, I definitely see that you guys are going to come out on top. You guys are going to come out feeling victorious. And this numerology here for a second, this 35 reduces down to the number 8. This also has an 8 that it reduces down to. So I love that for you guys. And 8s have to do with abundant energy, sometimes working really hard, but like meaning there's a lot of abundance out there for you to take in. So I would say pile 3, that even though you have some rocky energy ahead, or what looks to be rocky energy, it's actually not that bad. It's actually good, because at the end of the day, it's leading you into something new that's going to be better for you, and that's going to bring you even more abundant energy into your life when it comes to career. Whew, all right, so pile 3, let me know in the comments down below which aspects of this reading resonated with you the most. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hey there, pile number 4. So if you guys chose the pink Himalayan salt, let's go ahead and see what's coming through for you when it comes to your career this month. So we have the Ace of Lasers, which is the Ace of Swords. Ooh, we have the 2 of Rockets, which is the 2 of Wands. Love it. We have the 9 of Planets, which is the 9 of Pentacles. And then we have the Empress, both reversed. Cool. All right, pile 4. Let me take a second here. So I'm definitely feeling like you guys are kicking off your month having some sort of like realization about your career. We have the Ace of Lasers here. So this kind of talks about like a breakthrough, almost like thinking of something in a way in which we've never thought of it before. It's like an aha moment, a light bulb moment, something along those lines. This could come through a conversation that you guys have with someone, or some form of communication. Could just come to you just randomly, like an inspirational thought that you just randomly have. But what's cool about this is that aces are new beginnings. And I see that you guys are progressing here into this 2 of Wands energy. I almost feel like this inspiration, this aha moment, this conversation is going to lead you to thinking of different ways that you guys can grow yourselves and grow your career and expand a little bit. 2 of Wands is that energy of exploration. And I see you guys reaching for this star here. It's almost like you have your eye on something, or you've seen something and you're realizing the amount of growth and potential that it can give to you. So it's like toward the beginning of the month, I see you guys like reaching for that star, finding ways that you can connect with that metaphorical star, whatever it is, and figure out how you can get to it, how you can expand off of that. So like for some of you guys, this could be like some sort of an idea that you have that you're going to explore. It could be some sort of new job opportunity. It could be some new way of doing something that you never thought of before. Take what resonates for you, but this is like you guys grabbing for something new is what I feel. Grabbing for something that feels really inspirational to you and finding ways to explore it and grow it. Okay, now here toward the ending of the month, we do have the Nine of Pentacles reversed, and we also have the Empress reversed. So these cards kind of are telling me that there could be some moments where we're relying on other people to help us out a little bit. Maybe you guys have a lot going on in your personal life in February, as well as from a career perspective. So sometimes, that personal life stuff can definitely influence career for sure. So with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, this would just speak to maybe we're feeling a little bit tight on our finances for some of you guys. For others, this can just be about like not independently being able to take care of things on our own. So we have to kind of rely on other people to be able to do it. Kind of same thing here with that Empress energy. This is like the mother card, and you can see that she's a mom. This is like a cool space themed deck. So it's like an alien mom with her little alien babies, and they're so cute. But it is reversed. So I think that there could be just like maybe you guys are just dealing with a lot, like as you're trying to explore this, but you're trying to like balance work and maybe personal life stuff going on as well. And so the Empress reverse is just kind of telling me that, you're not maybe able to take care of your home, your family in the same way that you normally would be due to whatever's happening at work or vice versa. Maybe just something comes up. The Empress can also have to do with like a lack of caring for self as well. Like feeling out of balance with yourself, not doing enough to nurture your own self or nurture your career, if this pertains more to the energy of what's going on at work. Same thing with that Nine of Pentacles. So just kind of keep those in mind, you guys. But I definitely see you reaching for some sort of bright, shiny star in career this month, which looks really fun. Let's see what else we get. Oh my God. New Moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. Yeah, very much personal life vibes coming through here, pile 4. But we also have the New Moon in Sag. Luck is on your side. So let's see. What does this mean for you? So New Moon in Cancer. So Cancer is very much that card about like family. It is about our loved ones. It is about comfort. It's also a very emotional card. So this is all about, I feel, you guys kind of ensuring that through your job or through career that your loved ones are cared for. Maybe trying to find that balance as well could be a factor for some of you guys. And this is something new. So maybe this Ace of Swords that's popping up here, this is like maybe you guys are starting or embarking on this new journey. Maybe this is not like a comfortable workplace that you're established in yet. So you're kind of trying to figure out, how do I balance my people with my job and this new thing that I'm doing? And so that's why we have the New Moon card here. But it's important to know that everyone's going to be safe and taken care of. You're going to find a way to do it. But the New Moon is about this energy of the New Moon in Cancer kind of growing. So I do think there could be a few like growing pains as you guys are kind of exploring this way of balance, as you're exploring this new career opportunity and how it may impact your family. So just kind of keep that in mind. We also have the New Moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. Another new moon, so another new beginning. You guys are dealing with 2 new moons at the same time, 2 new energies coming through. And this is beautiful, you guys, because the New Moon in Sagittarius is really making me think of this 2 of Rockets energy that you guys have here. Fire energy. This is all about like abundant energy being yours for the taking, but it's new. So with Sagittarius, this is like the explorer. This is somebody who likes to go on adventures. This is someone who likes to travel. Maybe some of you guys do travel, and that's where this balance of family and work is coming through. But this is also about being kind of able to like zoom the lens out on things and see the bigger picture and make a plan as well. So very interesting pile 4. You guys have like a lot of family stuff and work stuff coming through. So I'm definitely curious to hear from you what's going on. Ooh, okay, so we have Mars coming up for you guys. Ooh, and then we also have fire coming up for you guys. This is freaking awesome. So lots of powerful, powerful fiery energy for you, pile 4. And I'm seeing this as going to be like a really positive thing for you. So Mars has to do with like, I think Mars is like the god of war. You can kind of see that here. He looks very fierce. He's ready to go. But I'm definitely seeing this Mars as being able to give you guys like the kick, the start, the stamina to kind of move through your month with work. Like the energy to move through with work, because I feel like Mars is like that very active, almost like it's an angry looking planet, if that makes sense. And makes a lot of sense here with that, the Ace of Lasers and the 2 of Rockets, of that like aha moment and then like let's go for it. Same thing here with that Sag energy, which is also a fire sign. Lots of like strong, confident energy coming through as you guys are navigating through this pile 4. We also have fire energy. So again, double fire. We have Sag, we have the Two of Rockets. That's fire energy as well. Mars is very fiery, as we know. So fire energy is just about you guys having the spark, the strength, the stamina, the creativity to be able to get all the things done that you want. This also has to do with following our passions too. So I'm really feeling like that Two of Rockets is like you guys reaching for a passion or reaching for something that really creatively inspires you with work. And you guys are having all of the confidence, the courage, the stamina to really explore that this month. Ooh, and then the last card, pile 4, we have magical powers. This says, I weave and clear, I cast and know, magic secrets to me now show. So this is just speaking to how magical you guys are and just giving you this message of reassurance that like everything's gonna be okay. You guys have all of the energy, all of the tools that you guys need to be able to accomplish everything that you need to. I feel like this message really pertains to some of the personal life stuff that's going on for you as well as the career stuff that's going on for you. So yeah, it looks really positive for you, pile 4. I'm definitely curious to kind of hear how these messages resonated with your specific situation. So let me know down below what kind of feels like similar to what's been happening in your life. And thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'll see you in the next one.